Hi there, Kira here, and I'm going to do a quick flip through of my December Daily album. So I know I've been kind of absent on this channel for this month, but I have been doing a December Daily, so I thought I'd show it with you guys. So if you haven't seen the tutorial of how I made the actual base of the book, I will link that down below because I have a full tutorial on how to do that. And let's just get right into it. So I've got my husband's traveler's notebook advent calendar tracker, I guess, for this month. So if you don't follow me on Instagram, I made a advent calendar for my husband, and it's 1 beer a day, and then I used this beer rating stamp so he could rate all of his beers through the month. So that's been really fun, and I'm just gonna keep that attached to this so we have it for, so we can look at it through the years, I guess. So I did a little cover page, and I just did this on my computer, and I just did December 2017. I did not write this. This is not my handwriting. I just used a font from the computer and then popped up a little Pink Fresh Studio die cut to add there. And then I have the calendar for December. We didn't have a whole lot of events that we did for this month. I figured I would just write in stuff as we did them, but we haven't really done much. The little starred dates are like the special days. So the 12th was our anniversary, Christmas, and then the 27th is my husband's birthday. So I have the Christmas bucket list here, and I do this every year where I just make a list. Sorry if you can hear my kids, but I make a list of everything that we would like to do, and then put it here, and then just check off what we have done. It's not like we have to do all of these things. It's just kind of just wants of what we would like to do. So day one, the way that I did my December daily this year is a little different than I did last year. Last year I did more of like what we did every single day of the day, and I did it daily. So I whatever we did that day, I would print out the pictures, and I would do a layout or a pocket page for that day. And it ended up being 2 full 6x8 albums because I did it that way, and I did not want to do it that way this year because it was exhausting and I didn't enjoy it. By the time the end of December rolled around, I just was not having fun with it anymore. So I want to do it a little different this year. So I used prompts every day, and that way I was able to kind of like work ahead if I wanted to, and it just worked out a lot better for me doing it that way. So yeah, so that's what I did. So the first day one, the prompt was a list, and since I had my bucket list here, I just kind of elaborated on kind of the bucket list, like why I make it. So that's what the journaling is about, and then I just included a selfie of myself. I did some stamping for my title and stitched around it, and this one was made with my December Wild Hair kits. Day two, I made this layout about our advent calendar. So not only does my husband get a beer advent calendar, but he made me a cider hard soda advent calendar. I'm not a big beer drinker, but I really like ciders and hard sodas, so he did an advent calendar for me. So this is kind of just about that. And the prompt for this day was in my mug, so I thought it was kind of, I don't know, kind of tongue-in-cheek that I did it about our beer. So day three, I used a cut file from the cut shop, and I backed it with all of these stickers from the Pink Fresh Studio December Days collection. I love Pink Fresh Studio, and I love that they have these word stickers in basically every collection, but there are so many of them that there's no way that I would ever use all of them. So this is a great way to kind of use them up and still be able to enjoy being able to use them and seeing them and stuff. So I just backed the cut file with all of these stickers and then hand stitched around it. The prompt for this day was from my window. So I have a picture of my kids outside in the backyard in their diapers because it's so warm here that they are able to play outside with no clothes on. So it's very different for us, having grown up in Washington my whole life, living somewhere where December is not really that cold. So I just kind of journaled about that. The prompt for day 4 was something red, and I had this really cute picture of Elliot on his little red bike, and so I just wanted to kind of journal about him right now, like how sweet he is and how much I love his little personality at this moment. And this cut file, this cut file is from the cut shop as well. I believe this is one of the free cut files that they have on their blog, so you should check that out. Number 5 was holiday movies, and I decided to kind of journal about Boss Baby, which is not a holiday movie, but it's what my kids are really obsessed with right now. They love Boss Baby, so we've been watching this a lot, and so I wanted to include it in our album. Day 6 was, oops, we're already losing some stuff. This was, I think, like giving, I think was the prompt, and so I just, I included a picture of a gift that we got for, like this, there was like a sign-up sheet at Chris's work where there was kids that are in CPS custody. And so they needed people to buy presents for them, and so Chris signed up, and we ended up buying, this was just the first gift. We ended up buying another gift because not a lot of people at his work signed up, so we were feeling bad, and so we ended up buying 2 gifts for the CPS kids. So that's kind of just about that. Day 7, I'm not sure what the prompt was for this day, but I did it about the boys' advent calendar. My mom sends an advent calendar for my boys every year that she makes, and it always includes books and toys and candy and stuff, so that's really fun for them, so I wanted to include that in there. Day 8, the prompt was shopping, and I did most of my shopping online this year, which made it really easy, but we did go to Target a few times for stocking stuffers and things like that, and my son Jonathan just loves going to Target. It's like his favorite place in the world. It's my favorite place in the world too. So it's just this picture of him just sitting in the back seat just getting excited about going to Target. And I just I used my basically my Wild Hair kits and my Citrus Twist Christmas Stories kit for this. So there's just kind of bits and pieces from all different collections included on this page. Day 9 was decorating, was the... I knew. Well, why do you keep tangling it, bud? Oh my. So day 9, the prompt was decorate, and so I took a picture of Jonathan decorating our tree. This is the first year that we've had a tree, an actual like full-size tree, since we had Jonathan. So it was really fun for him to decorate. And then Elliot went behind him and took all the ornaments off the tree and threw them across the room. And then I had to go behind Elliot and pick up all the ornaments and put them back on the tree out of reach of the kids. So now the top half of our tree is decorated, but the bottom half is not. So I did this page with the cut file that I designed for the Wild Hair kits for December. And I backed all the trees with journaling cards, actually. So the Pink Fresh Studio journaling cards I got in my December kit, I just cut out and put on there. And then these little trees that I fussy cut are from a paper, from American Crafts paper. And then this little cork tree is from Spiegel Mom Scraps. And then this little Be Merry piece is actually from one of my Penpals. And so I just put that on there as my title. Day 10 was handmade, was the prompt. So that's what I used as my title here, and I just stamped it with the Pink Fresh Studio stamps I got in my Wild Hair kit. And then I took a picture of the mini album that I made for my mother-in-law for Christmas. And I just layered up some papers, kind of tore the edges, and then fussy cut out some presents and put a little tag up there for that. Day 11 was Christmas music, I think, or music, or something about music. And so I used this cut file from the cut shop, and it's like a tree, but it says the best way to spread Christmas cheer is singing loud for all to hear. And I didn't want to cover up the cut file because I thought it was really pretty and it just really intricate and stuff. So I decorated kind of around it, and then I put my picture over here, and the picture is just it's just a screenshot of album cover, because it talks about how every year Chris tells me he doesn't like Christmas music, but then he always like has favorite songs and stuff, so it just kind of makes me laugh. But he's like, I don't like Christmas music, and then he's always listening to Christmas music at Christmas time, and then he's just funny like that. Anyways, day 12 was our anniversary, so I made this little pocket to stick a picture of us in, and I planned to put like ephemera and stuff in there from our dinner out, but I didn't end up grabbing anything. So just a little pocket of stuff for us, but that's not really what the page is about. The page, oh, and this is a card from my husband, so I stuck that in there. But the day 12 was Believe was the prompt, and so we went and visited Santa, and so we got Santa pictures, and so I blew that up really big because I really loved the picture of them, and just journaled about how Jonathan's just really excited to see Santa this year. It's like the first year that he really kind of understands the concept of Santa, and that you get to ask Santa for a present and then Santa will bring it to you. So he's really excited about Santa this year. 13, I believe the prompt was wrapping. And I just took a picture of my niece's presents that I wrapped, and just did a little bit of kind of clustering all around there. I wanted to keep my December daily really simple, because I don't want to have an unfinished album by the end of December. I wanted it to be complete, and I could put it away with the Christmas decorations, and just not have to worry about it. So I just went really simple, but yeah, so wrapping was this prompt, and usually I'm just really behind on my nieces and nephews like shipping their gifts, so I don't have time to wrap them, but I was actually able to wrap them this year, so I was really excited to document that. Day 14, the prompt was weather. So I did kind of the varying weather that we've had in San Antonio this December. We've had like 70-degree days. This is 67 when I screenshot this, but like 70-degree days, and we've had snow, which was crazy that we had snow, and it was really exciting. So I just included screenshots of both of those days, just kind of show the juxtaposition of both of those. And then I just made like this little, I like ruffled up some crepe paper, put some pom-pom trim and some more ribbon here. Just made like a little village, and then just put let it snow down here, and yeah, just kind of fun little layout about the weather. Day 15, I believe, was in the mail. And because I've been doing a lot of online shopping for Christmas this year, my house was starting to look like an Amazon warehouse. We were getting daily visits from the UPS man and our mail carrier dropping off packages. So I just basically documented that and had showed one of the stacks of boxes at one point. I used this cut file, was from Paige Evans. So this is in the Silhouette store. I think it's just called Candy Canes. So I just used that as my background, and because it was so cute, I didn't want to cover a whole lot up. So I just put my picture in clusters down here at the bottom. Day 16, the prompt was lights, and when we went and visited Santa, it was actually at this place called Elf Acres, which we had found on accident when we were lost one day. We were trying to go a back way to the store, and Chris got lost, and I don't know where I'm going. I haven't driven here once since we've been here. So we got lost, and when we were driving through these roads we've never been on, we saw a sign for Elf Acres, and we're like, oh, let's look that up. That might be fun for the kids. And it's like 15 acres of like Christmas lights you drive through. So it was really fun. So I took a picture. This was my favorite one that was there. It was a dragon with a Santa hat. And so I took a picture of that and just wrote a little bit about going through Elf Acres and how much fun the kids had. I did a little mixed media on the background because I'm trying to kind of do a little bit more mixed media. So I did that, and I really liked the outcome. Day 17, I don't remember what the prompt was here, but I decided to document the gifts that I got from my pen pals this year. So I did a little flip up here, and this is a wreath made by Becky, which is just gorgeous, and then this amazing piece of mail made by Jen for me. So I just have those included there, and I just did some little clustering up top of here, and just wrote about how I have awesome pen pals and I'm really lucky to have them. Day 18 was ornaments. So we have a tradition, or maybe it was tradition was the prompt. Anyways, we have a tradition every year where we buy an ornament for the year. So the kids get to pick out one, and then me and Chris either buy one each or we buy one together. This year we bought one together, which was this little front door, which was kind of perfect for this year since we bought our house together. And the kids picked out, their ornaments. Or Jonathan got this little Santa that you pull and he like dances, and then Elliot picked out Buzz. I used this cut file from Paige Evans and backed it with some papers, and then added some more ornaments from the Pink Fresh Studio ephemera pack there. Day 19 was baking, was the prompt. I used my wild hair kits for this one, and used a sketch created by Iris, who is on the Wild Hair Kits design team with me. And so I just kind of modified the sketch to fit a 6x8 layout, and took a picture of my cookies that I baked, and stamped Yum in my stamp that I had in that kit. So yeah, this is a really easy layout, but I really like the way that it came out. 20 was the tree, and I know I had already documented decorating the tree, but this is actually talking about how we got our tree this year. So when we were house hunting, I kept looking at like the height of the ceiling in like every house we went in, and it was like, oh my gosh, imagine the size tree we could get in this house. And so our realtor took note of that, of my Christmas tree obsession, and he actually bought us our tree. So we have a 7.5 foot fake tree, and that was just an amazing gift, and it was super thoughtful of him. So yeah, I just took a picture of the tree and just kind of fussy cut around it. And then this wreath I made, I created these little holly leaves and holly berries, and on my iPad, and then cut them out of my Cricut, and yeah, I created a little wreath there. So that's day 20. Day 21 was, the prompt was where I stand. So I took a picture of me, from a where I stand picture, in front of the tree, and I'm just wearing like sweatpants, and my toes are painted, and so I just wrote a little bit about what I'm loving right now during this Christmas season. I created a cut file, so this is just from a font on my computer, cut it on white cardstock, and then just kind of watercolored the bottom half, and then did some splatters and some gold splatters on top, and then just did kind of a diagonal design on my page there. Day 22, the prompt was stockings. This is another just really simple layout. I just did some layering with some papers, added a piece of ephemera. I did a little bit of mixed media on the background. It was really subtle, and that was it. But yeah, I don't know. There wasn't much to this layout, but yeah, that was 22, day 22. Oh no. So day 23 the prompt was pajamas, and we have a Christmas tradition with our pajamas where I buy everybody a pair of jammies for Christmas. We get to open them on Christmas Eve, and then we're all wearing our jammies on Christmas morning. So I just took a picture of everybody's pajamas here, and did like I'd seen this a lot. People are doing this a lot this year, where they're doing kind of like snow, snow mounds or whatever, and then hand stitching on them to give them a little bit of texture and dimension. So I just did something like that, and Fussy cut out this bear, and did some splatters. Called it done. Really easy. Hold on, fish. Day 24, the prompt was no peeking, and we have some presents. We had some presents under the tree. We had some presents were in our closet, but all of them were wrapped. And this one here that I took a picture of, this was in our closet, and Elliot is not very good about not keeping his hands off the presents. So he's opened a few of the presents this year, and so we keep telling them like no peeking. Jonathan doesn't try and open the presents, but when they're open like this, when they're ripped open from Elliot, he will peek and see what it is. And so he came up to me and told me it was a Lego Christmas bulldozer, because he could see what was inside the box. So yeah, that was what I have a picture of here. And I used this cut file. This is the North Pole cut file from the cut shop. And I didn't use any Christmas product on this page here. This is just stuff from my stash. But yeah, it's just really simple layout too, and I really like the way it came out. So that's all I got so far. Day 25, I will take a picture of my kids in front of the Christmas tree, and I will do probably a full 6x8 layout for them, and then for the journaling, I'm going to write a letter to them, and that will be that. And then I have an envelope back here that I am going to put pictures in. So it's just Velcroed, and I can stick more pictures in there. So that's it. So that's my December daily so far, or that's basically it. Only got one more page to do. I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I will see you soon with another layout process video. You guys have a great day. Bye.